Welcome, Wolfpack. This is how we do. It's been too long. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm Andy. This is the Sigma Prepper channel, all about survival, all about prepping and survival gear and everything else that we get rocking here. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Please do start the show off by hitting the like button. It'd be the kindest thing to do here on Independence Day. Happy Independence Day to my American friends and to everyone around the world. Really appreciate all of you being here. Happy July 4th. What can I say? We've got everyone here with us tonight as well. We've got Daily Survival, the moderator of all moderators, getting it chilled with the tunes. Kaz is in the house as well. Lovely to see you from sunny London. IE Media in the house as well. Long time no see here or do. Well overdue. Miss Worm as well. Great to see you. And Sandy. And again, Daily Survival. So thank you so very much. And there's more. Kerry Booth as well. Lovely to see you. Happy Limpet. Got them all rocking here. So privileged to have you all here. So yes, thank you. What can I say? It's been a funny old couple of weeks. It's actually been a funny old couple of months. So let's toast to that. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for being with me. And a happy Independence Day to all our American friends. So what have we got set up for you today? Not a lot, really. Bit of a lot. I say not a lot. It's just a little bit of a last minute.com kind of thing. Oh, Margie Mulder in the house. She always comes in when we do the cheers. So we will be doing a few bits and pieces tonight. Got a few things set up for you. So we will have a little look at Sigma Mindset quote. Got a few quotes. Thank you to those that have submitted the quotes over on the Discord server. So the Sigma Prepper community server, which is on Discord, the link's in the description of this video below. So please go and check it out and join. It's completely free. It's a great place to make friends. All about preparedness and survival. There's so much information in there to get into. So strongly advised. SHTF Intel report. We'll have a quick one on that. We'll just have a little gloss through the headlines. You know how we do. We won't have a Sigma Prepper quiz, but we will next week. Maybe. I've got lots going on I'm going to be telling you about tonight. And we might have a short after party as well. That'd be cool. However, that's for the VIPs. So if you're not a VIP, you ain't going to see it. And in fact, because I had about a month or something off, I think there was about 10 Patreon VIP subscribers who just left me and ditched me. So if you go over on the Discord server, links in the description below, as I said, you'll see there's all the rooms here full of stuff: homesteading, health and medicine, food growing, food storage, prepper sources, you name it, it's in there. The main hangouts where people chill and when you first arrive. So get yourself in there, get joined up, totally free. Of course, I do put announcements on there as well when I'm going to be doing a live show or any video. And you can see here that was posted earlier today, this evening. So thank you to everybody who's liked. And really appreciate it. So get yourself over there. Here's the VIP Wolfpack area. If you are a VIP Patreon member, from as little as 15 cents a day or whatever it is, something ludicrous, you'll get access to all the secret stuff, plus major discounts on my survival gear, plus obviously access to secret stuff where we get to talk voice with one another after the show. I haven't actually changed anybody's VIP status, so if you're not funding and helping to support the show anymore, then it's no biggie. I haven't removed you or anything like that. But I do need to say a big thank you to everyone who's made it possible for me to get this channel this far, because of course YouTube's not treating this channel very well at all. So if you can hit the like button, that does help. But I'd like to say thank you to those that have supported this channel since its creation. Because I am 100% independent. I've got no sponsors, no networks, no paid adverts, no monetization, because YouTube keeps taking my subscribers off. No monetization, no external funding, and no affiliates or partners. So it doesn't have to be all bad though, because there are ways to help, and we do have streamlabs.com/Sigma Prepper. So although YouTube doesn't want me to be monetized, if you would like to support the show and help me do what I do, streamlabs.com/Sigma Prepper. You'll see your notification with message come up here as well. Great way to support me, so thank you. Links in description below. Patreon as well, of course. Really appreciate you. So if you want to support the channel in that way, definitely do it. I'd really appreciate it, and you won't regret it, because I've got some products coming up, and if you are a Patreon member, it's going to be well worth it in terms of what I'm going to be releasing, and I might give you a sneak peek. So thank you to these people. Well, all of you, even though I know a lot of you thought that I, disappeared, so you've disappeared, but I love you all nonetheless. You are the people who've made the Wolfpack what it is so far, and this Sigma Prepper channel wouldn't have got this far without you. So I do thank you dearly for what you've done to help me. And let's see if we can build this going forward. These are the ways to help. Links in the description. So thank you so very much. Love ya. What can I tell you? Thank you. So here we are back. Now we got Carolyn Rose all the way from Australia, mate. Great to see you, my darling. Thank you so much for being here. And Gunther's here as well. Here he is. What a superstar. I saw your messages coming in on the Discord server earlier in terms of the tunes you were sending me. I can check out, so I will be looking forward to catching up with that a bit later on, my man. And thank you so very much for being with us. Join Patreon to support. Thank you so very much to my darling Daily Survival, the moderator of all moderators. Let's stretch this out a bit. She's feeding the live chat with all the links you need. So Discord server's there, and again, it is linked up in the description of this video, so it'd be well worth checking it out and getting yourself sorted out, right? So what have we got? Well, I tell you what, I did actually spend a fair old bit of time today putting a video together for my Sigma Prepper TikTok channel, which I've started to add videos on. And it's funny because the video seems to be stuck on 200 views on TikTok, which is interesting. I'll show you what it is. I'll show you the video I did today for the old, what do you call it, Independence Day. Got there in the end, 4th of July. Let's have a look. Here we go. I'll mute the music quickly so you can see what go on. But this is basically what I created today, which I put on TikTok. If you'd like to follow me on TikTok, I strongly recommend it. Links in the description of this video again, as well as Instagram and everything else. I'm going to start getting rocking because I've got a lot of stuff coming up. But this was the video I made earlier, so you can tell me what you think.
Well, if it ain't the old Union Jack, how's it hanging?
Quite well, thank you. And you? Stars and stripes? Still fluttering about, I see.
Oh, I'm not just fluttering, Jack. I'm flying high. By the way, do you remember what today is?
Today? Should it be marked in my royal calendar?
Oh, absolutely, Jack. It's 4th of July, man. Independence Day.
Independence? Independence from what exactly?
From you, genius. It's the day we told you to take your tea and crumpets and hit the road, Jack.
Oh, I say, how terribly uncouth. We were just trying to keep things civilized.
Civilized? You call it civilized? We call it a royal pain. So we threw your tea in a harbor and said, cheerio.
Such rebellious behavior. And what did you do next, may I ask?
We threw the biggest party ever, Jack. Fireworks, hot dogs, parades, the works. It was a blast. And it still is.
Well, I suppose every child must leave the nest eventually.
You got that right. Now, if y'all excuse my ass, I got some celebrating to do. Happy Independence Day, Jack.
Okay, happy 4th of July, you cheeky flag.
So that was what I came up with earlier. I hope I hope it's gone down all right. I do apologise for my extremely poor American accent is the best I could do with my little flags. These are my little flags that I was using earlier on. Took me a bit of time to come up with a script and stuff, but you know, that's how it ended up. Oh dear, so I hope you enjoyed that. It took me a bit of time to put together, but spiffing, sir, says Sandy. Voting day 2, although you say voting day, I mean, I'm not going to be voting this year any more than I'm going to be sending a letter to Santa this year either. So, if you know what I mean. People liking the accents. I don't know how convincingly an American accent it was, but thank you so much, everyone, for your support. I really appreciate you. So, yes, we basically got booted out. Well, we didn't. We kind of allowed them to not be ruled by us quite as much as they thought that they were, and you know, we can get into that. It is the 5th of July here, yeah, because you're on the southern hemisphere in Australia. My dog Ruby's 10th birthday. Happy birthday to your dog Ruby. That's pretty good going. Oh, immediate podcast there, very convincing apparently. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Oh man, so yeah, that was it was fun to make. That's the main thing, and I need to get back in the zone for doing regular videos and things. And like I say, I have been. I think I did I do a short? Yeah, I did a short as well on YouTube. I don't know what YouTube's doing to me. It's a complete disaster in terms of the way it's holding this channel back. I've been watching the statistics, and it's essentially every month there's exactly 50% of the people that have subscribed become unsubscribed, which is just impossible. I've represented in one of my other businesses at least 50, 60 YouTube channels before in the work that I do, so I know what's normal or not. So to have like 100 subscribers added and 50 subscribers removed every month is a bit of an insult. But we're doing what we can. I'm trying to keep my nose clean, you know how it is. But, you know, go and check me out on, go and check out the website, sigmaprepper.com. Did I just hit? Oh, I did. Go and check out the Sigma Prepper website, and you've got all the social media stuff there, so you can follow and make sure you don't miss any bidney as we get into it for 2024 and all the prepping and survival videos that I've got coming up. Not to mention a survival kit. I might give you a sneak preview of some of the work I've been doing over the last few months, because people think I've been just disappeared, but this has all been Sigma Prepper time in the last few months, which is why it's been difficult for me to make videos and develop the survival gear and the survival products that I make as part of Sigma Prepper. So for those that don't know, I developed my own survival gear as well, including things like the hotspot, preparedness pack, virus prediction tool, you name it. Got loads coming out as well. A lot of things I can't tell you about. Obviously the survival hotspot, I think there's about 4. We got about 4 in stock now. The ultimate SHTF Scenarios. This is like the offline internet system, which gives you access to critical information even if the grid goes down and the internet's offline. Just with a Raspberry Pi and a USB battery bank, and you're good to go. There's lots of forbidden knowledge on there as well. So go and check out the Sigma Prepper website if you haven't done already. Link is in the description. You go onto the SHTF Intel, which I've updated recently. This gives you a global analysis of all the threats that are rocking down. You can see 22nd of June I updated this. And this is listing all the main threats that we're facing us today. Of course, totalitarianism right at the top, as it usually is. Inflation, economic crisis is second at 92%. Risk of it kicking off in the next year or two. Global conflict, of course, that's raised up a couple from where it was. Riots and civil unrest, lots of things going on. Food shortages, grid down and blackouts, 79%. If we look at the guide here, more than 50 to 75% within 12 to 24 months, it could be a threat. And of course, if it's more than 75%, it's inevitable to get ready. So that's kind of how that works. And of course, get yourself over on the live Discord server. As I've shown you already, it's it's a good place to be, great place to make friends, and it's where we hang out, and you won't miss a notification either. So that's kind of how we're doing it today. I have got some things to show you. We will be doing a bit of an SHTF Intel report as well coming up. Plus we've got some quotes, so we've got plenty going on. Let us know what you're up to, where you are, and anything that's going on in your life. Who's invisible? Daryl, great to see you. Invisible Sigma Prepper. Now you see me, now you don't. Yeah, oh, look, Mellow Yellow Lizzie in the house as well. By the way, if anybody has the formula is like this: new subscribers times inverse of IQ, the generator of the new YouTube channel. Yeah, it could well be something very much like that, actually. It's so lovely to see you with us. Oh wow, so Carrying Rose's dog Ruby, who's 10 today, happy birthday again, Ruby. She got through the cancer she had. She's still asleep this morning, bless. You know, Hugo's 8 years old now, and he's not looking it at all. I mean, he's a Boerboel, which is a South African Mastiff, and they usually don't go on till much beyond about 10 years old. So, just got myself 2x4 season sleeping bags. Is it? I've got the 1 season sleeping bag. Well, I've got my, what is it? My Snug Pack. God, I can't remember what it's called. It's sitting now, just can't quite reach it. Oh, by the way, I did do a quick scout down at my wild camping location, which went really well actually. I just took the one night there because it was going to rain the next day, but I just wanted to make sure the location was all right, so I've gone and done a scout out for that. I think I did upload a TikTok for that as well actually, so go and check that out, just to make sure it wasn't too overgrown, which it was, of stinging nettles and stuff. So that's going to be interesting. And I went there last weekend on Saturday, spent one night there in the hammock, with the tarp and stuff. I didn't do the camo netting this time, but I had my camo tarp from DD. So that went well, and I was really pleased with that. Nice to get out there, nice to hug some trees, you know how it is. So I was super pleased that everything went well. So watch this space, because this week's the weather's not looking great, but as it starts to clear up, I'm going to be out there all the time, maximising it, because I've got so much to show you. I've got a new electric water pump filter system for bushcraft and bugging out, which I want to share with you. It needs testing as well at the lake down there. So I'll be getting into that. Noelle Marie in the house. So lovely to see you. And Happy Limpet as well with us. Everyone's with us. So thank you. So yeah, that's the plan. I've also got my portable solar power system. That is actually reachable. So these are the old solar panels that I've stuck together. They're not massive. So you see, I've just used Velcro, and I've got these joiners here so that I can split it and mount it in different ways to give myself options. But they go in half and fold up, and they actually fit in my media bag, which is separate from my main bushcraft bug out bag, but it does fit in there. And I've got a new charge controller I want to test as well. So the idea being on my next wild camping trip, which is going to be, like I say, within the next 2 weeks, easy. My birthday as well on the 10th of July next week, so don't miss that. I'll probably do a show for that. Might even be camping in the woods for that, we'll see. Things ain't great at home at the moment, so any excuse to be in the woods is great. That's one of the reasons it's been really difficult for me as well over the last few months. I've been going through an awful lot. And I'm maintaining my resilience, which is really important for us preppers and survivalists. It's all about the mental health, taking control of your own sort of mental health and making sure that you're seeing things in a positive light, despite how people around you may be wanting to destroy you and things like this, right? And so it does require an awful lot of mental health stability, focus, and strength to be able to pull through that. And I'm still here, so far so good, right? And on top of that, I've been doing so much great work for Sigma Prepper in the background with the new products I've got coming out. I really can't wait to show you. I might show you a sneak peek of some of the stuff I've been doing, but we'll see how it goes. Beautiful day in the countryside, says Noelle Marie. Oh, look, Connie's with us as well. So lovely to see you. Happy 4th of July, my darling. Happy Independence Day. I do hope you like the background and how we're rocking tonight. I don't know if you saw my effort. I'll maybe play it again later on, the video I did for the Sigma Prepper TikTok channel with the two flags. With the two flags battling out. Explaining basically where the whole Independence Day thing comes from. I asked my son this morning. He had a rough idea. He had a rough idea of what Independence Day was all about, which I was reasonably impressed with. So I thought, there's a lot of people out there don't, so that was what that video was all about. I just want to open a quick folder up and check out what we got going on in the chat as well. Here we go. Boom. Gorgeous background, says Connie. Why, thank you. You need to build a tree house out in the woods. Oh, don't I just? Do you know, a mate of mine had that. A mate of mine I used to hang around with, I'm talking when I was about 11, 12. And I used to have to cycle about 2 hours, an hour and a half on my BMX, one gear BMX, right? Going up the country lanes. I used to live near a farm. And we had some great times. And we went to this apple orchard, and there was a tree house that his dad had helped him build in an apple tree. And it was so beautifully done. And it was just immaculate. It wasn't like, it wasn't no graffiti or anything like that. It was right in the middle of nowhere, and it was just put together so nice. And to just sit there with the birds singing and things around you, it's beautiful being in nature. Connie's kind of partial to the UK flag. Oh, why? Also, I can't be doing my British accent along with my American accent. And don't ask me to do my American accent live either. That wouldn't be a good look. Oh, dear. So, thank you so much for being with us. Like I say, just a casual one. I didn't get much prepared. We have got some quotes, though. So, we might do... should we do Sigma Prepper quotes? Shall we? Sigma Mindset quotes? I think we should. Okay, then. Let's go and check out some quotes. We'll set the scene, and then we'll see where we end up from there. And don't forget, if you would like to support the channel with streamlabs.com/Sigma Prepper. I'm really keen to know if it's even working. I'm sure it is, but it hasn't been tried for a long time. Big respect with the gang signs and the letter K to our latest subscribers until YouTube takes them off again, which will probably be within the next week. Strive to Survive, Peter S, Camp Like a Boon, and Andrew Wazalaski. Thank you so much. Rebecca Lynn in the house. Are you here? Check your email. Urgent. Oh, I see. This is Rebecca telling Daryl. Are you here? Oh, Danger Bob's in there. Sorry. Sorry. It's Sir Lord Danger Bob. Great to see you, my man. Thank you so much for being with us. Freedom from English taxes so we can have our own taxes. America! Did you see my British and American accent flag skit, Danger Bob? I don't know if you saw it, but I'll play it again a bit later on. Since I spent like 2 hours making the movie, even though it was only like a minute long. But what we're going to do is we're going to get into it with the Sigma mindset quotes, and let's see. I did pull some off the Discord server. So again, if you would like to contribute and submit your own Sigma quotes, you can grab them in here. This is the quotes section over on the Discord server. It's a great place to go and be inspired. So if you'd like to share your quotes, we got you've got meme section as well, that you can put in your quotes. Your memes. But Sigma quotes, that's where you go. It's all on the Discord server. You can submit your favorite quotes and we'll show them on the show. So let's have a look and see what we've had given to us this week for the Sigma Mindset quotes. And here we are. So, Sigma Mindset quotes. This is all about inspiration and to fall in line with all of us Sigma types and Prepper types. Are you a Sigma type? Probably. Sigma personalities focus on personal development, self-reliance and skill building. A Sigma type prefers to operate independently from the herd. Reject the herd, prepare the pack, as they say here at Sigma Prepper. So, that's what it's all about. Bosh, the first one we've got them for you is from Sandy UK. Thank you so much, Sandy. Sometimes miracles are just good people with kind hearts. Sometimes miracles are just good people with kind hearts. Yes, I called Danger Bob an angel the other day. He's kind of a miracle worker. I can't tell you why, but he is a top dude. And we all love him dearly. Thank you, Sandy. Next one is in from Daily Survival. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. That's coming in from Karim Siddiqui. Like it. Thank you so very much. Yes. And, you know, this is why I think it's important to surround yourself with positive people rather than people constantly telling you you're a worthless piece of shit and stop wasting your time and all these sorts of things. When you're surrounded by that and having that hammered into you all the time at home, you kind of like, it's very difficult to not start believing that you're a worthless piece of shit. So it's a little bit like this. This is the doubt element, right? You know, it's like you need to feel like, yes, you can do it. Anything's possible. That's all part of that Sigma mindset. It's all about self-development, being accountable for yourself and your own development, your failures, your successes, and not relying on other people to help you succeed and to help you, you know, or want to rule people or be ruled by people is the whole point of a Sigma. It's the opposite. It's not a beta male or female, and it's not an alpha male or female. It's just someone who wants to be left alone to get on with their stuff, basically. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Thank you so much, Daily Survival. I love that one. Next up, another one from Daily Survival. She's been posting good, so get yourselves over on the Discord server so you put your own quotes in there if you think you got any better ones that will fall in line with the kind of topic theme that we do here for the quotes. Trust yourself. You've survived a lot, and you'll survive whatever is coming. Need that right now. I'll tell you what, that's from Robert 2. So thank you, Daily Survival. I like that one. Yeah, this is really important. Trust yourself. You've survived a lot and you'll survive whatever is coming. And it's tough times at the moment out there, right? Let's face it, not just for me, but everybody, right? I mean, I'm dying financially, let's face it, right? But I'm still able to smile about it, right? I mean, my entire relationship's breaking down and I've been kicked out into the guest room, right? With no sheets, no nothing, no duvet covers, like I'm literally in there with a rack of clothes. Apparently, I don't even know yet what I was supposed to have done. We'll see if we can figure that out. But this is like, I'm having to deal with so much stuff going on all at the same time, coming at every angle, and building Sigma Prepper and developing survival gear and products as well behind the scenes. It's just amazing, right? So this is what gives you trust in yourself, right? Because you've survived a lot and you look back at all the stuff you survived and you realize that, you know, it's a lot to get through, right? So whatever's coming, which probably isn't that great, if current trends continue, then that's the confidence you need to pull yourself forward and not give up, right? Next up, from another one from Daily Survival. I forgot there was 3 in a row. Thank you, Daily Survival. Truth is not what you want it to be. It's what it is what it is. And you must bend to its power or live a lie. Oh, beautiful. Truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is. And you must bend to its power or live a lie. It's coming in from Miyamoto Musashi. Yeah, Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi. Thank you, Daily Survival. Final one then. Now, this one's from me. In fact, this is left over from the last live show I did, because I thought I'd be right. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. Aristotle, really connect with this one. I'm all about the understanding part of it. I've got a highly detailed type brain. You know, I like the details as part of my autism, if you like. Yeah, my neurodivergent nonsense that I have going on, right? But there are some plus sides to it. I get, you know, pretty intensely in the pursuit of understanding, because learning something's one thing, but when I gain full understanding of something, that's when I never forget it and I can explain it to a 5-year-old. I guess that's where that quote comes from, isn't it? Is that Einstein? If you can't explain something easily enough, it means you don't understand it well enough. Something like that. I've probably completely hammered it, but like this one, those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. So, add your best quotes today. Get yourself over their Discord server. Join the community. It's a private community, but it's open to you. It's completely free to join. It's strongly advised. There's so much going on over there, and we're going to be building it big time. We're going to build the family and push this channel forward so we can get some of the critical information and help and guidance and education that I'm going to be releasing more and more of on this channel. It's important that it gets out to the right hands and as many people as possible with what's coming up over the next sort of 6 to 12 months. So thank you so very much to those that have put in the quotes this week on Discord server, and thank you to each one of you who I've read a quote out from today. Really appreciate it. So let's get back to base camp, and I shall see you on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Had a little sneaky sip of tea. Hi, Danger Pop. Who else we got rocking with us? Thank you so much, Daily Survival. You are not your age, name, history, or attachments. Me, says Happy Olympic. Great quote. Get it over there. Yeah, do it. Just get it over there on a Discord server and I'll call it out, Happy Olympic. Yeah. What is going on with Magic Hands? Does she want to spend her life? No, clearly not. Clearly not. I just wish I knew what I'd even done. Yeah, that's what makes it a struggle. I consider myself, I mean, I know a lot of men, right? And I'm like an unofficial relationship counsellor for a lot of people, men and women, and it's not something it's just what is landed it. You know, people come to me for all sorts of advice on things. I generally have pretty good insight into stuff, and I've spent 26 years with my partner, and to be able to spend that long with someone does take an awful lot of patience, kindness, and just the ability to rationalize things and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty confident as to where I rank with other dudes in terms of how they treat their women. And yeah, people who know me in real life, if you like, will agree, right? I'm the sort of guy who hugs a tree, right? You know, it's like, I'm a lover, not a fighter, is one of them sort of things. But Mount St. Helens is 250% more active in June. Think about Wyoming. Was it Wyoming? Thank you, Kaza. I don't forget. I'm never going to forget, Kaza, that you said, which you're going to regret saying now, that you said there was always a sofa available to me if I needed it. I kind of do now. I think a sofa would be better than a guest room with no sheets and no blankets and no pillowcases. Oh, fuck. Anyway, thank you so much. But yeah, is it Wyoming? Somewhere near there. There's a new fault line crack that's opened up all the way along. It's pretty tricky. Let me know if you see anything about that. Team America. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'm not sure about that Mount St. Helens. I don't know anything about that. But I'll tell you what we will do, though, with the SHTF Intel report. What I'll do is we'll check out a weather report. Let's get that open as well, ready. So we'll have a little fly through. We'll have a little fly through the main metrics over on SHTF Intel report as well for you. And please, like I say, do subscribe to my socials down below. It would be very, very, very much appreciated. Rebecca Lynn. So I think what we'll do is we're going to have a little look at that one. We'll have a little look at an SHTF Intel report, and I'll just gloss over sort of some of the main key areas. Oh yes, of course, Kaza, Hurricane Beryl. Yeah, we'll get into that as well. So yeah, SHTF Intel report, and then we'll see what happens after that, basically, I guess, is the plan. Cheap houses in Wyoming, Kentucky too, says Happy Limpy. Do you think that's because of the risk of, you know what? Don't know. Are you tempted, Happy Limpy? I don't even know where in the world you live. Are you in America or are you in Europe? Where you at? Where you at? Right, let's see if anyone's joined the Discord server yet. If not, like, completely... Oh, yes. Gunther in the house. We need to have a little cheers thing here somewhere, don't we? Way! Gunther in the house. So thank you so very much for joining the Discord server, man. Really appreciate it. And thank you for becoming a valued Wolfpack member. So, yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. And to anyone else who wants to join. And please subscribe to the channel if you're seeing this and you haven't subscribed yet. I know that's unlikely because YouTube doesn't usually let this channel get out to anyone new. I don't really know why. I've never done anything wrong. I've never had any strikes that have stayed. But, you know, we're at 581 subscribers. We need to get to 1,000 before we could be monetized. But don't forget, I have the monetization set up on Streamlabs. So you can do streamlabs.com/Sigma Prepper. The link's in the description below. You can help support the channel and throw a message out and get some flex. So thank you, everyone. So we're going to do a... Yeah, no, thank you, Gunther. I really appreciate you. Hey, Pedigree Mungo in the house. Great to see you, my man. Great to see you. Do you know, it is a bit windy, isn't it, Sandy? I'll tell you what, when I went out to do the... YouTube short, I took Hugo Bear out for a walk. And I thought I took my main camera phone and I thought I'd do a short for Sigma Prepper as well as a TikTok video for Sigma Prepper. And the minute I stepped out the door, I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. It's like super windy. I do actually have I've got my sort of somewhat professional microphone that I bought using the funds from the Patreon VIP members. That's how I use the support on this channel from the VIP Patreon members. And any Streamlabs and things. It helps me things like buying microphones to make the audio better and things like this. So I really appreciate each and every one of you that helped me make that happen. It's really, really generous. And of course, I appreciate it. Everyone's struggling right now financially. It's not just me who's in the depths of despair. So, you know, I do appreciate everything that you can do. And if you can't do anything more, hit the like button. Will be a great way, at the very least, to help the video get out there. And we try and get ourselves some new subscribers. And of course, share this channel with your friends over on your social media. But enough waffling from me. I think we need to get into some SHTF Intel and see what's going on in the world. And... We'll take it easy. We don't want to push it. We don't want to push it. Let's do it. Yes, indeed. Red alert. So, global threat analysis, SHTF Intel report. We're going to just have a little gloss through, see what's going on in the world. I noticed that YouTube's just scrubbed off like God knows how many people that were watching. That's amazing. So, love that intro, says Sandy. I know I spent like 2 weeks producing that logo intro, the intro sequence. I spent probably 2 months building this live show start to finish, including the sound production that obviously I've done for it as well. So I'm kind of proud of it. I think it's come out nice, as I expect all of my survival gear as well to be coming out beautiful. I like to try and maintain that quality across everything I do, including my survival products that I provide and design. So thank you for recognizing that, Sandy. I really appreciate it. So this is what we're not going to look at all the lists, but we will have a little check out of stuff. And we'll be maybe focusing on seeing what's going on with the environmental stuff and weather and things. It's always a bit dodgy if we try and do headlines. This is the problem nowadays. It's like the minute you want to talk about anything of any substance going on in the world, there's just certain things it's not even worth talking about, right? I mean, of course, we can talk about that on the Discord server. That's what makes that such a great place to be, because it's just more of a free and open place that we can share information. But in terms of the SHTF Intel and the global threat analysis, we'll keep it tight. I'm just reading some headlines here, and just that one name I'm not even allowed to say. And I don't even know how I can say it without saying it. You all know what I'm talking about if I do an impression, because I know you love my accents that I do. So here's an accent for you.
We are entering an angrier world.
You guessed who it is yet? So he is saying, quote, we must force
humanity into collaboration.
It's not a very good German. I think he's German. But it's a forum. It's a forum, and they talk about like money and stuff, like economics. And it's to do with the world, if you know what I mean. It's the dude who's ahead of that. You can't even say these people's names, right? Oh dear. Zuckerberg saying and warns AI companies trying to create God, but he will save us. Apparently, Zuckerberg's going to save us from the AI that's going to. I've done a whole show about AI. I mean, in my other life, I'm actually a consultant for things like AI innovations and stuff for businesses and all that kind of stuff, right? But I have talked about the threats of AI. Of course, I've built my own AI system myself. For those that don't know, I'm an electronic and robotic engineer and software developer and stuff like that. So I've developed things like my own AI system. This is Tia, my tactical intelligence assistant. You've seen her before. I haven't got her turned on, but she talks and stuff. It's like sort of electronic stuff that I build. This is another part of it. I know it just looks like little circuits and chips at the moment, but that's what prototyping looks like. So I've had a lot of experience in terms of that's like over 1 million lines of code I've written there from scratch, right, for AI. So believe me when I tell you, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to AI, right? And of course, with the recent AI that we've got rocking around the world, with the chat GPTs and your Claude 3.5s and things like this, it is quite worrying. I mean, you know, for a lot of what my skills have been highly valuable and a lot of things that I've won awards for over the years are skills that in fact are some of the first to be wiped out by AI, right? So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, if you can't beat them, join them in a way, which actually ends up becoming part of the Rocco's basilisk paradigm. The what, Andy? The Rocco's basilisk paradigm. Let's see if I've got that right. Rocco's basilisk. Oh, I have as well. Rocco's basilisk. Should we see what that is for those that don't know, since we're talking about AI, and then we'll crack on with the headlines. So Rocco's basilisk. So I'm trying to zoom in. So Rocco's basilisk is a thought experiment which states that an otherwise benevolent artificial superintelligence, AI, as in when it gets to be epic AGI, you know, in the future would be incentivized to create a virtual reality simulation to torture anyone who knew of its potential existence but did not directly contribute to its advancement or development in order to incentivize said advancement. It's easy if I explain it to you myself, right? So what we're saying, just lost audio, hold on. So what we're saying here, Rocco's basilisk, right, is if you imagine you've got an AI that's been, you know, it's rocking about out there, and you've got an AI system, and the thing is that you have to choose whether you're going to help it or not, right? So you're going to use it, are you going to help it become a super intelligence, or are you going to do something to stop it becoming? You know, if you start campaigning against AI, right? So if you become anti-AI and you're going out and saying, oh, AI is going to take over the world, we need to stop AI, we need to shut them down, we need to do this kind of stuff, right? Now, the problem with that is, of course, this is where this thought experiment comes from, is that, well, if you're going to be anti-AI, then when AI becomes the ruler of the world, is AI going to look back at itself and say, who are the people that helped me get here and who are the people that tried to stop me? You see? And so equally, you don't want to help it because, of course, then it's going to become ruling the world quicker. But equally, if you don't help it, then the AI, when it becomes the all-seeing eye god of the world, right, it's going to know that you are against it and you are its enemy. So what's it going to do to you? Do you get it? Let me know if you understand that in the chat. Is that chaos in the house? It is as well. Yeah. Thank you everyone for being here. And again, chaos is just speaking to what I was saying about AI taking over jobs. Look, accountants, law, GPs, consultants, call centers, all going to be replaced by AI. The list is much larger, but these will be, yeah. I mean, a good one there, chaos, because like you say with the call centers, there was one recently where there's something like, I think it was the first trial they did was 900 people in a call center that are replaced with one AI system. And this AI system can make 900 phone calls at the same time simultaneously, right? And they did the study on it and they ran it for a year, and the customers actually, when they were surveyed, preferred the result that they got from the AI versus the human call center people. And what was even more profound was the fact that when they looked at the statistics on it, they found that the customer service conversations were usually resolved in one call instead of 2 or 3 like it would be with the humans. Now, bear in mind, if you work out how much money 900 people a year is, it's a lot. And this AI is something like the cost to run of like 3 employees, right? So they can basically, I mean, it's going to be impossible to convince businesses that AI isn't the way to go, right? Because if you've got a choice between having 900 people who get pregnant, who get hungover, who go on holiday, who have a bad day, who turn up late and have to have lunch and have to sleep, and it's going to cost you, you know, $1 million a year to pay these people, or you can pay an AI 100 grand a year and it can do the same job but 24/7, doesn't complain, doesn't need to eat, doesn't need to go to the bathroom, doesn't need to go on holiday, doesn't get pregnant, doesn't take days off work, doesn't get hungover at the weekend and not turn up on Monday. Do you know what I mean? It's a really difficult sell, isn't it? Any business owner is going to it just makes business sense. This is what's, I don't want to say unfortunate about it, but that's what makes it inevitable long term as to where it's going to end up, right? Which comes back to the Rocco's Basilisk thought experiment of, do we help it or do we not? And if we don't, is it going to take it out on us when it gets into its power anyway? Who knows? The older show, Person of Interest, was an awesome series about AI. Yeah, was that the one with Will Smith? Or was it... let us know which one that was, Daily Survival. It'll hold a grudge for those that didn't help. Yeah, basically. Yeah. So you kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, yeah. Bill there, opinions on the election. As I said earlier in the show, Bill. I mean, I've lived around the world, right? I've been to 43 countries, and I must say, when I look at all the politics everywhere, there's a lot that you learn, and I've been into the truth community since about 2002. So the problem I have when it comes to voting, Bill, is it's like, it's basically the adult version of writing a letter to Santa, right? It's the adult version of writing a letter to Santa. That's what voting is at this point. And as Mark Twain said, right? If voting could change anything, they would just simply make it illegal, right? So whatever you think it is, it isn't. This is the problem, right? And of course, the interests, it's never in the best interest of the people, because it's not the people that are incentivized in the politicians. The politicians are incentivized by things way bigger than even the population of the country, to be honest, right? It's just... is tricky. But I'm not that happy about any of the people that are up for election, Bill, and I'm sure you're probably not. I know there's a few that are better than others. I see Reform UK, for example, is getting a complete battering at the moment when it comes to the mainstream media. They're trying to make it like, oh, it's a UKIP but rebranded, which it's not. Nigel Farage and stuff. But, you know, this is kind of the tricky thing because, of course, in terms of politics, the left-right paradigm, just two wings of the same bird, you know what I mean? And it's not even really that. It's not even really two wings of the same bird. It's like, the way I see it more is it's like the way I usually explain it to people, my concept as just to how irrelevant voting is it's like the president, for example, as you can tell with Biden, you've only got to look at him stuttering about and he ain't got a clue, right? So clearly he's not running shit now, is he? And they don't anyway, because it's their main advisors are the ones that tell them what to do. It's things like the military generals, it's the head of education, it's the head of the medical infrastructure and things like that. It's these agency heads that are the ones that tell the president what they need and why they need it. Yeah, it's like the transport minister is the one who knows how many bridges need building and how many railway lines need fixing. So the president doesn't really get to make decisions. It's just not how it works, right? So it's more like the president is like the ticket conductor on a train. Yeah, it's like the ticket conductor on a train. So it's just the person you see walking up the carriages. I mean, he's not even the driver of the train, is he? Right? And if you think about a train, is the driver of the train really in control of where the train's going? No, that train's following them tracks that have been laid down years before by someone else. That's where the train's going. It doesn't matter what the driver wants to do. It doesn't matter what the ticket conductor's going to tell you or not, right? Irrelevant. The train's still going where it's going, right? It's a rough topic, and I agree with it's borderline bollocks, isn't it? What a British thing to say, Bill. Sorry, it's Independence Day. Oh dear, so we've got loads coming up. Anyway, I'm not supposed to be rabbiting on about nothing, am I? So far, I haven't talked about anything I was planning to. We're talking about Rocco's basket. Yes, it is. We're talking about AI. But what we're going to do, and as I said, if you want to catch up on what's going on anytime, you can check out the signalprepper.com website. When SHTF don't end up around a campfire eating squirrels on sticks. Oh, get prepared. So yeah, get onto SHTF Intel there. I might rename it to threat analysis because YouTube's not liking SHTF Intel. It's already banned that keyword just for me. That's how much it hates me and it wants to hold me back so badly. So badly. It's because it knows the stuff that I know that I'm not supposed to know. This is the thing. Even though I've promised the powers that be that I'll never tell people the stuff that I know behind the scenes, and I actually haven't yet. They wouldn't believe you anyway. Anyway, global threat analysis. Check it out. So this lists it all. I spent a long time looking into all this and putting them in order of what's the biggest threat approaching us right now. And the idea of that is to make us more efficient in our preparedness going forward. There's no point preparing for things like a UFO alien invasion, is it? Because it's like a 1% chance, if that. Same as a meteorite impact or a pole shift in our lifetime, 3%. Forget about it, right? The stuff that's over 70% is the stuff we need to worry about. The cyber attacks, the internet outages, the national lockdowns that they're already talking about stuff with the bird flu, with the swine flu, with goodness knows what else they're going to try and pull off. Don't forget as well what the WHO had rocking with their new contract to say that all the countries have got to do what they say or else. Yeah, when you get an entity that manages to get that amount of power secured, believe me, it's because they want to use it, right? They'll start getting hard for that shit. So anyway, get yourself over to the website, links in description, and you can always check out what's going on, what's hot and what's not, is the idea. So what we'll do then, we're going to have a little look at the, we'll just have a look at solar flares and quakes. We'll have a look at the watches actually quickly, because like we got Beryl, Hurricane Beryl to pass near or over Jamaica, life-threatening winds and storm surge forecast. Do you know, I saw some footage, but it turned out it wasn't even Jamaica. I looked in the comments and everyone's like, this isn't Jamaica, this isn't Jamaica, this isn't from 2024, this isn't from 2024. It's like, oh God, this is why you got to really be careful, man. You got to do your fact checking. Fact checkers, as you know who would say. So, dangerous Hurricane Beryl is moving towards Jamaica and expected to pass near or over the island nation later today. That's the July 3rd yesterday. Beryl's center is expected to pass near or over the Cayman Islands later tonight or early Thursday, July 4th, and approach the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico on Thursday night. Thursday night right now. So, yeah, it's obviously making its way over there. I'm not sure if we've got anything a bit more recent on that so we can see what's going on with how it turned out. But we've got this Stromboli volcano after increased activity. Large pyroclastic flows, look. You don't want to get in the way of a pyroclastic flow. That's like super hot ash, gas, smoke stuff, right? It's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. And look at the state of that. Gradual increase in activity was observed at Stromboli volcano starting around 5:30 in the afternoon on July 3rd. By July 4th, today, a new lava flow and pyroclastic flows were recorded, reaching the coastline and spreading into the sea. You know, the problem with that, for those that don't know, the minute lava and stuff hits the sea, what's the gas that's released? Because of the salination, because of the salt in the water. I'm an engineer, but not a chemical engineer, but actually Gunther will tell you there's a gas that's released when lava hits salt water. Forgive me for forgetting what it's called, but it's just not nice. Yeah, the fumes that come off that are just not what you want to breathe in, let alone the temperatures of things like pyroclastic flows, right? So yeah, there's quite a lot going on in terms of volcanic activity. Look, you got Etna as well, which was being talked about in the live chat earlier on. Lava fountaining at Etna volcano in Italy. A phase of violent lava fountaining started at Etna's Voragine crater during the afternoon hours of July 4th today. At the same time, significantly increased activity has been observed at Stromboli volcano. Something's going on here. Sometimes when you've got this sort of activity, it can actually be as a result of the sun. Cool, look at that. I mean, it's beautiful stuff, man. I'd love to see it up close. Not too up close, but I would love to go and see a volcano, right? It does fascinate me. I mean, the forces of nature should be a fascination to anyone. If you understood even slightly the scale of what we're talking about, these rocks flying out are going hundreds of feet in the air, not like 10 foot, right? This is craziness, man. And it's important to be reminded of just how fragile we are as humans, right? Compared to what Mother Nature can hurl at us, and there is nothing we can do about it. If she decides she's going to be having a paddy, throwing her dummy out the pram, believe me, all we can do is stand back and watch. So yeah, interesting stuff. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a little look at... we'll check out the earthquakes while we're here. It doesn't look like there's much going on though, because there's like 30 earthquakes on the map. You see a top left corner there, 2.5 magnitude and above. For the last 24 hours. Got a sip of water. Yeah. Cheers, Wolfpack. Thank you so much for just sharing this time with me tonight. Independence Day special. I'm back for good now. I'm going to be doing regular videos. I've got a lot of work I'm doing in the background for this business with some survival gear I'm developing at the moment, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you all. So please do make sure you are subscribed, and please do, if you would like to subscribe as a Patreon VIP member. It's going to be well worth it for what's coming up, and I'd really appreciate the support to help this channel get to where it needs to be in a flash. So thank you so much. The 30 earthquakes on the map, which is about average, so there's not really too much to be concerned about. I'm surprised we're not seeing anything over in Italy. Yeah, there's nothing showing in Italy where we've just been looking at the volcanoes and stuff. You would usually see a bit of rumbling going on around that. Got some stuff going on in Bangladesh. Is that Bangladesh, is it? But yeah, it's not looking too severe. It's pretty normal looking, to be honest. 30 earthquakes on the map, so yeah, not too much to get worried about on that front. But like I say, sometimes when there's volcanic activity, it can be to do with some solar activity, or it can even be planetary alignments, you know, where you have the gravitational forces. When planets line up, essentially, you have the compounded effect of the gravitational force on Earth's crust. Doesn't need much of a force, really, to just, you know, squidge it a little bit, right? And that's enough for, you know, things to start moving around, and that's what we feel here on Earth, right? So usually it's some planetary alignment thing, and or solar activity, and or also, for those that don't know, just the other thing as well is that it's the magnetosphere of Earth, because it's fading slightly, right? It's like 25 to 30% less of a magnetosphere strength of our magnetic field of Earth. It's about 30% down from where it was a couple hundred years ago, and it seems to be accelerating drop off. Part of it is the poles are kind of splitting. The South Pole's already kind of split into two. It's what we call the South Atlantic anomaly, also known as the Bermuda Triangle, but it's basically the South Pole's kind of split into two, which has weakened the magnetosphere. Now you're probably asking yourself, all right, Andy, what the hell's that got to do with volcanoes? But it's because the magnetosphere protects us from the cosmic rays coming in from space, right? Our magnetosphere is what repels cosmic rays, nasty stuff, right? So what happens is as our magnetosphere starts to degrade, it's actually letting more and more cosmic ray through to the point where it hits the ground. Now, because it's like a radiation type effect, cosmic rays, they penetrate the Earth's crust. And so what actually happens, in the same way as a microwave, it heats up the inside. That's kind of what happens on a very small level, but you'd be surprised how balanced the Earth is. It doesn't need too much of an imbalance to start seeing signs like volcanoes erupting. And so what happens is it changes the viscosity, the runniness of the lava under the crust, right? In the something rather sphere, which is underground sphere. I forget what it's called. Asthenosphere? Cool, we're getting really into it now, innit? Sorry. Helps if you don't have capsule. Yes, it is. Oh, well done, Andy. Asthenosphere from the Greek word Athenes, meaning weak, is a portion of the Earth's mantle that flows like molten plastic despite being solid. Sorry, there's no reason why I can't share this page with you. But yeah, this is what we're talking about. This is the asthenosphere, look, right? So it's basically this asthenosphere thing there. That's where the mantle is. And the lava, that's where it comes from. And so what happens is the cosmic rays essentially heat that up under the crust, right? And because more are coming in, it makes it runnier. More viscous? Less viscous? More runny. Oh man. So that's basically what's going on. So that's one of the things that can cause earthquakes. But this is what we've got going on with the sun right now. Pretty calm actually, to be honest. I mean, the solar disk isn't looking too cluttered with stuff. There was a nasty one last week or two that's actually turned around. It's not Earth facing anymore. But that one's been round 3 times, right? And it's very unusual. It was massive, and it did kick off a couple of X-class solar flares. A few perturbed our magnetosphere, but nothing too severe. But yeah, it's looking quite calm. Happy Independence Day. It's looking pretty calm. Like I say, that was the one that was turning out. July 2nd, that was turning out. Look, so we wouldn't see that now. But yeah, in terms of the rundown then, we will have a quick look at, because we haven't done for a bit. We've got nothing coming in on the Enlil spiral. This shows any coronal mass ejections or, you know, the plasma density of any material thrown off the sun towards Earth. So there's pretty calm, as you can see. Nothing to worry about there at all. However, I do want to look at these sunspots for June and check it out. Off the charts. This is the number of sunspots per day. Oh, sorry, per month, but counted per day, right? So you can see back in May, it was 171 sunspots on the sun for the month of May, when a predicted value of what would be considered normal for this solar cycle 25 would be more like 103. Not quite double, but getting there, right? And equally in June, look, the numbers are just in, obviously, because it gets updated at the end of June, at the beginning of July. So the monthly value is 164, with the predicted being 104. So we're still way up there. And again, that's being reflected as well with the flux progression. Way off the chart. If you're wondering what this grey thing is, this grey is where it should be. This red line is where it would like to be. but clearly it's not. Yeah. And you can see when you look back at a previous, like, solar cycle 24, right? We're going way above that. Way over the line. So it's definitely stuff Guam. There's definitely stuff Guam. But yeah, we'll have to keep our eye on that. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a look at the economic bidney. You see, good news stories. We could do good news stories. There's no reason why not. It seems like rude not to. I'll do that for you. And then let's have a look. What am I looking for? Oh, yes. 5 seconds. I just need to find the tabs. Boom. We found them. Okay, so what we're going to do next then is check out the Economico Mi Amico, and you will notice that cryptos has taken a bit of a hit. Again. So, look at the market cap, man. That is way down. This was up at 2.6 trillion just not that many months ago, look. And we are properly down. Now, this is the overall sheets money held in crypto market. Overall, in total, $2.1 trillion. Right? That's quite a few zeros. Yeah? Like 12. 12 zeros. And two lots of those 12 zeros as well. It's 2.15 trillion. But even still, like I say, if you go back, I don't know, the last 6 months, for example. Yeah. You see we're up here at 2.58, look. 2.58, 2.6. And now we're down at 2.1. So that's like $500 million. Sorry, I want to talk about $500 billion has left the room. So yeah, it's not a good look. I mean, I don't have a dog in the race. I mean, I did have way back in the day, but you know, I was always way too early on things, right? It was like, oh, this is boring. It's not doing anything. I was convinced that was a good bit of technology, and I really believed in the. I've written smart contracts, and I've created my own cryptocurrency back in the day for another one of my things that I do for clients and things. And I've written smart blockchains and smart contracts, and so I like it. I'm a believer in it, but I don't have any money in it, so it doesn't really. But I know a lot of our Wolfpack here on the Sigma Prepper channel do. So 58 bags of sand. Basically, we were up at like 65 just a few weeks ago. So, and it looks like it's a sea of red all down, to be honest. Not a good look. Not a good look. And you have to ask yourself the question why as well, because, you know, what's going on in the world, right? I mean, there's so many countries around the world fleeing the dollar right now and de-dollarizing, particularly, you know, the BRICS nations, all 59 BRICS nations that will be at some point soon, right? There's so many people applying to be part of it. Let's check out some of our community chat who's with us live. The height of Etna to start with, isn't it just, Carolyn Rose? I've never seen Etna. I have been up I've been up Mont Blanc in the Alps when I lived in Italy for a couple of weeks. I wouldn't say I speak fluent Italian, but it's as good as conversational Italian I speak. So I went there, I worked there for a little bit, and I went up to the Alps over the Swiss border. That was beautiful, it was. And yeah, it's extremely intimidating. I must say, when I drove through the south of France, I drove from Ingles. I drove from Ingles to Italy. I think it was about 18 hours. I did it in one go, right? But when you're driving through the south of France and you're going towards the Alps and you just see these mountains either side of you, it really reminds you of how insignificant you are on the scale of things. I think that's a good exercise. It's good to see when you see the solar system. Well, not a solar system, when you see the galactic level of size of stuff. So like, for example, Betelgeuse or whatever it's called, that sun or star that's like 1 million times bigger than our sun. And for someone to even try and comprehend the size of our sun is just craziness. And it really puts it into perspective as to how irrelevant and, I don't want to say irrelevant, but it kind of is, you know, it's good humbling to remind yourself that you're not really that important. And right, do you know what I mean? In the big scheme of things, it's like you're just Andy, mate. It's like you're this tiny little thing on a tiny little planet in the middle of a tiny little bit of nowhere in a corner of space. It's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, fascinating stuff. And I love nature. I love going to see stuff like that. Food they're trying to sell us reminds me how vulnerable we are. Do you know what, Mellow Yellow Lizzie? Have you seen the TikTok videos talking about all the dodgy food in America, particularly with like the rubber, what do you call it? The rubber melon, watermelon. Have you seen that? And the bananas that just bend like that. It's like fake food. And somebody else actually had these gooseberries or black. What do you have in the muffins? Blackberry muffin, is it? Blueberry. Blueberries, right? And this woman was looking at these blueberries and one of them was literally rubber. Like silicone rubber. I had something here that's like very similar to it. It seems to have run away. But it was really nasty looking and you could just stretch it like this. I don't know what's going on with it. But it's not a good look. And I know America has the most lax regulation when it comes to the sort of food you're allowed to eat and buy in America compared to anyone else in the world. But even still, like really, really rubbery stuff, man. But apparently America gets most of its fruit and stuff from Mexico and Peru, I think it was. So it's not a China thing. I did see a funny China thing though. Not funny, but it's like pigs. As in oink oink pigs. I was going to say there is only one kind of pig, but there's actually more than that, if you know what I mean. Right, but we won't get to that. But anyway, the black pigs, I forget what they're called, black-bellied pigs, are they? They're actually extremely expensive compared to the normal pink pigs that we usually see. So the black pigs produce more meat, essentially, and it's better meat. And I saw a video, this was TikTok actually, I saw a video where in China, these dudes were literally like spraying fucking pigs with black paint, man. Right, spraying the pigs with black paint so they can sell them for more sheets. It's like, what are you talking about? It's a black pig, man. It's like more money, isn't it? Fucking hell. Like literally like black spray paint. Bad news, man. Coach, cable car and Unimog to get to top of it. Have you been to the top of Etna before? Happy Limpets? I don't know where you live, so excuse me if it's a silly question. Gunther's there, but they put the package, what ingredients are in that food. Yeah, I mean, when you look into the regulation of what they can get away with saying on the packaging of food versus what's actually in it, it's well shady, man. I spent most of my life in sales and marketing, right? And I can tell you, it's a proper scam, man. You can put the tiniest little bit in it, and then you can say contains da 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 or doesn't contain da da da. You never really know what you're eating. So, more importantly, what does it have to do with the price of bacon? Lots. The supermarket special catalogue each week is mainly rubbish, packet foods and lollies. Andy, you pulling this info out from somewhere? What info? I don't know what we're... No. I don't know what info. Obviously, I've just been reading that stuff on here. I don't know if this is what you're talking about. But nah, that's all I got open. Blueberries, thank you, Sandy. I'm way behind on the chat. Danger Sir Lord Bob in the house. Maybe explain the lithosphere the same way you would a piezoelectric speaker. Interesting. Interesting. And we move around with it. We're back to solar. Spin around space, yeah. It sounds like a little video clip in the movie 2012, those little pesky neutrinos, isn't it? I love it. 7 days after a solar X-flare strike, we get a big quake and increased activity. We did have some X-class not that long ago, didn't we, Peregrine Uncle? So maybe. Is there a table that tracks that? It would be really interesting to look at. Yeah, there is actually... Oh no, sorry, I thought you were talking about the planetary alignment and stuff. Bill in the house. So lovely to have you with us, Bill. Did anyone watch the Aurora a few weeks ago? What did you think? Oh, man. Did you get to see it, Bill? I didn't get to see it, man. And I was looking everywhere, and it wasn't even a dark night. Well, sorry. It wasn't even a cloudy night, right? I thought, oh, this is all right. Happy 4th of July, Robert McNamara, my man in the house. Great to see you, man. Happy 4th of July. Ethereum, Solana, and Bitcoin are going to be the future. I had loads of I had so much Solana back in the day. It's not even funny. And I got bored because it wasn't doing anything. And literally a month after I sold it, or it went. Fucking typical. I put it all in there, and I said to my son, I was like, dude, right, we'll get this to £1,000, and when it gets to £1,000, I'm going to buy that 3D printer you wanted, and it never got to £1,000. It went, and I thought, fuck it, let's put it in something else, and then it went woomph. I'm like, oh man, that would have been like £9,000. I'm too impatient, man. I don't even know what EVM is. So I probably wouldn't do very well as an EVM developer. Oh dear. South Coast, did you? I don't know if you saw any though. Did you, Sandy, of the Aurora Borealis? Saw the Southern Aurora Australias. Drove. Wow, man, that's pretty impressive, Carolyn. Because being that close to the equator, of course, when I used to live in Thailand, I was very close to the equator. It's quite unusual when you live in the UK and you're used to having seasons, winter, summer, and it gets cold in the winter. Whereas when you're right near the equator, I lived in Thailand for about 10 years. When you're near the equator, it's just the same temperature all year round, like 100 degrees and 99% humidity. Tropical climate, isn't it? But, you know, it's good. This is where a lot of my survival stuff's come from. I've lived in countries. I've been to places like Bangladesh and New Delhi and Kolkata in India and stuff like that, right? Cambodia. And when you spend time in these places, you get to see how people live, and you get to see how little they live with and how self-reliant and self-sufficient they are. You learn an awful lot, right? And when you're in things like earthquakes and tsunamis like we were in Asia when we were living there, and of course tropical storms and things, and cut off our island we were living on for like several weeks with no supplies coming in. Believe me, whether you think you're a prepper or not, when you live in these sorts of environments, if you're not a prepper, you're not going to last very long, right? If you're not got a good idea about survival. And of course that's why I became really passionate about it, because some of my preparations and some of the sort of things that I figured out back then actually literally I would say has kept me and the family alive had I not been through that, right? So it's a really good experience, and I'm lucky sods, a lot of you well jealous. I've hiked Mount Rainier a year after. Nice one, Robert. And I know you have a struggle with your back, dude, so respect to you. With gang signs. Watermelon, yeah, big time. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you, the rubbery watermelon? A year after Mount St. Helens Blue. Ooh. Potbelly pig, is it? So we had wacky, really weird, like fake mandarin oranges a couple of days ago. Really? You're seeing it too? Oh, no, don't even go there, Kaza. Don't even go there. I must say, I haven't actually seen the clip. Let us know in a chat if you know what Kaza's chatting about. The Wandsworth prison officer is a woman, and she was doing something untoward with one of the prisoners, and another prisoner filming it on a camera, and she was literally like, if you know what I mean, in the cell room, a prison officer. I think isn't she going to be doing time, Kaza? Is that right? All the seedless fruit says it all, says Karen Rose. Oh wow, so Happy Limpet has been to Etna. Brilliant. I'm super pleased. I bet that was an experience. Whereabouts are you based, if you don't mind me asking? Was that far for you to go? Chaos there. Didn't the King recently pass laws or regs that food manufacturers don't need to put ingredients? Yes, you're absolutely right. Well, to be more specific, Chaos, it was the King Charles had said that that you don't, because he's a big proponent of GMO food, right? He said that you don't have to tell people now in the UK. They've removed the law that says that you have to be informed if it's genetically modified food, which is nice. How to get away with this, I just don't know. First time notes in UK will have King with no crown. Oh, I see. Ethereum virtual machine. Sorry. I thought you were talking about something science-y, not crypto-y. Literally no crown on any significance? Don't know. Yeah, Maddie was standing there, and yeah, pretty sure he was charged the other day. She was charged the other day, so Bill's seen it. Have you seen the actual video though, Bill? Have you seen her doing the... Yeah? I haven't. Right, so let's finish off the economics, shall we? Let's have a look at the gold and silver prices. So over the last week, we have actually had a 1.26% increase, and look how it got bosh, and then he got smacked down. Whoosh. So yeah, this week's high has been 2380. Look. So I mean, it needs to, because it's like the last. If you look at the month, look, you'll see it's been higher than that. You see back there, right? And now it's down here. It's going the wrong way, man. I mean, when you got stuff like global conflict rocking the way it is, right? And you got what's going on with the BRICS nations, 59 countries now joining that, all de-dollarizing, all trading in gold. Yeah, Russia and China have been stockpiling gold for the last several years. They've bought more gold combined than... Sorry, Russia and China have bought more gold between them than the rest of the world combined in 1 year. It's all part of the de-dollarization, right? So why is gold still like this? I'll tell you why. Because America owns a lot of gold to a lot of countries and they can't give it back. Germany's been waiting 7 years for their 30 tons, was it? Or 300 tons? I think it was 30 tons because the German foreign minister, his brother, owns an airline. And he threatened America. He said, what are you talking about? 7 years? I could get my brother-in-law to fly one of his commercial aircraft because he owns an airline. Yeah, and we could do that. We could move all that gold in seven trips, not 7 years. Because it doesn't exist, right? America doesn't have any gold left anymore. The same as in the Reserve Bank in New York, which was supposed to be where all the gold was. I don't know if you know about this, but there was a fire alarm that went off a couple of years ago. The fire alarm was triggered, and the fire crews don't have to ask permission. They just have to be let in. And one of the firemen, when he went down there to check it out into the vaults, was videoing it, and every single vault was completely and utterly empty. There was no gold in there, and it got leaked. And this is why all the countries have got panicked and be asking America for their gold back, repatriate their gold. You think, oh, why is America holding like tons and tons of gold for Germany and other countries? Well, it's because it's safe, is the idea. Yeah. So it makes sense to hold it in a country that's unlikely to be invaded, right? Like Gaddafi got invaded, didn't he, in Libya by Hillary and friends. Hillary and Obama and friends invaded Gaddafi to steal all his gold because he was stockpiling his own gold to create the African dinar currency, which was going to compete, of course, with the dollar. America couldn't have that now, could they? So Hillary sent her dudes out there and soon saw to that. So that's how that panned out. So that's what we've got going on with gold. We'll have a little quick butchers at silver and see what go on with that. Week. It's up as well, but not epically. Right, if we look at 3 months. That shouldn't be going down ever at the moment. Everything should be going up, up, up all of the time. Doesn't make any sense. Oh. So I'll tell you what we do. I'll tell you what we do. Let's do some good news stories, shall we? Because we like to balance it up the way we do. Once I clear all these pop-ups and ads, it's like, are you serious? Go away. So first good news story we've got up for you then. Minnesota woman and her sunfish friend celebrate 9 summers together. A sunfish. Do we get to see the fish? Yes, here we go. Greenie's back in 2024, look.
Okay, here you go. This is right here.
So 9 years. That's a long time to have a fish friend, isn't it? I'm not actually sure how long. I mean, we had koi carp fish in our pond in Thailand. Of course, they can just live outside in Thailand. In the UK, you need to have koi carp in a tank usually, right? So this is Holly's Greenie, I think. Greenie is its name. Bless his cotton socks. Who resides by a picturesque lake, first encountered Greenie nearly a decade ago. She wasn't seeking companionship, but when she noticed a small sunfish near her dock, their connection was instantaneous. Ah, isn't that nice? Is this how it is now then? I wonder if it's got bigger over time. But that's a nice little story. People making friends with animals. Our very own Sandy here on the channel, one of our moderators and subscribers. She has a lovely relationship with pigeons. She feeds pigeons and has them all crowding around her. She runs a TikTok channel, doing all that. It's lovely to watch. I'm obviously super into nature, hence the bushcraft and the wild camping that I do. That's one of my motivations, to be honest, is I love nature and I love animals, and yeah, what can I tell you? So we got another one here. Over 100 stranded dolphins rescued off Massachusetts coast. Oh, poor things. Look at them. So 25 staff members, 100 trained volunteers, and additional support from AmeriCorps of Cape Cod, Whale and Dolphin Conservation, the New England Aquarium, the Centre of Coastal Studies, and the Wellfleet Harbour Master launched an all-out rescue mission. That's a lot of people, isn't it? I love it when people come together like that. Oh, it's just sad though, innit? I don't want to see them doing that. Oh, you poor things. And if you've ever seen, do you know, let me know live in the chat if you know what I'm chatting about, but I'm pretty sure there's some law that you're not allowed to approach dolphins according to the CIA or FBI or something like that. And no, they won't tell you why, but it's because they're super intelligent. I mean, they train them, don't they? The Navy used dolphins to go and put mines on the sides of ships and things. It's like really mean. But they're super clever creatures. I went to go in Singapore actually, but they were saved, by the way, so that's the good news. But it was a 12-hour exhausting response in the unrelenting sun. God, man, they must have been close to being in the hot sun and stuff. But yeah, I went to Singapore, was it? No, it wasn't. It was in Hong Kong. When you go to Hong Kong, there's a little island just off Hong Kong, and you have to take like a... What do you call them things with the basket that goes along the thing? But you have to go in one of them. And it's got one of the best sort of dolphin shows. It jumps up through hoops and stuff. I'd never seen anything like that. And I know people say, oh, it's like captivity. I get it. But real appreciation for just how clever these things are, man. And, you know, just makes you wonder, like, how do you even, like, train them to do that? Do you know what I mean? It's pretty... Let's have a look. Worth investing in gold at the moment. It's always a safe bet, Bill. I mean, I used to get the odd ounce of silver, but I gave them all to my son as his presents every year. I'd give him like a couple of ounces of silver at Christmas and at birthday, and I don't have any myself now. He's got it all over time, but there is no audit of Fort Knox, as Gunther, exactly, and we all know why there's no audit of Fort Knox, because countries would get panicked more than they are. Do you know, I'd love to have just an ounce of gold. I love the idea of just an ounce of gold to know you've got a couple of bags of sand in your skyrocket no matter what happens, right? I'd like a large chicken nugget. Oh, I haven't had anything to eat today actually, so I should I'm gonna need to get some grub at some point. Fishy friend cute, innit? Watch stingrays being tickled. Do you know, I've always had a thing for, like, don't forget Steve Irwin, was it? Steve Irwin? She's grumpy. Oh, mate, she's grumpy. I'm sorry, Carolyn Rose, who's from Australia. That was such a bad Australian accent for Steve Irwin. Rest in peace. But, you know, he got taken out by a stingray, wasn't it? Let me know if I'm wrong about that. I'm pretty sure it was a stingray. Sandy, going back to the pigeons that she had. Have a poorly pigeon resting at mine tonight. Too windy for her. Oh, what? What is she in? Is she at home? Have you got that cage sorted out yet? Electronic interference. Do you think that's what it is? Could be, in terms of, I think Carolyn Rose is referring to the dolphins getting stranded. A lot of the time it can be because of the magnetosphere messing up their own internal navigation systems and that. Yeah, they're properly clever stuff, man. Never underestimate the thingy bob of a dolphin, right? We have to stay 50 meters from dolphins and 100 meters from whales out in the water. I mean, I saw a video on TikTok just the other day where people jumped in the water and there was just dolphins swimming around and playing with stuff. Right? They were throwing a thing. A guy had a jelly shoe, a floating jelly shoe, and he originally dropped it, and the dolphin got it and took it to the boat, right, when they were sitting there doing like a snorkeling trip. And it became a game. He was throwing this like jelly shoe thing. I don't know what you call it, a water shoe. It was throwing it out, and it was really excited, like a dog waiting for it, and it would swim. I was going to say run off. It would swim off and grab the shoe and then bring it back to the boat. It's like genius. Yeah. Was a crocker took him out. I'm pretty sure it was a stingray, wasn't it? Sorry, I don't like it when I forget stuff. The Crocodile Hunter, that was it. Steve Irwin, look at him. What a dude, man. Love that guy. Such passion. Yeah, such energy. Oh, mate, she's grumpy. She's grumpy. So let's see what happened. I'm pretty sure. Crikey. Let's just do Control F and just start typing Stingray, shall we? 1 of 6 matches. Oh, here we go. In 2006, Irwin died from an injury caused by a stingray while filming an underwater documentary in the Great Barrier Reef. His death became international news and was met with expressions of shock and grief by fans, the media, government, and non-profit organisations. His kids have done really well, though. I mean, they've taken after him and they've really got into it with the wildlife and things. So fair play. Fair play, mate. Fair dinkum. Fair dinkum, mate. How's that, Cowlin? Is that any good? Dolphins are the only other mammal that mates for pleasure. Is it? Are you suggesting you mate for pleasure as well, Kaza? Are you suggesting you get pleasure from mating, my darling? Sorry, I thought it was a croc. My bad. No, it's good because I like to be challenged because I like to confirm things, and then I'll know for sure next time. But nah, stingray, mate, definitely stingray. And you will as well, Bob. You're like, wasn't a crocodile. What are you chatting about, rude boy? Oh dear. So, what are we doing? We're getting out of here, and we're going to get back to doing what we were doing. So, we haven't got any memes actually. Well, we do, but should we have a look? I could do some off-the-cuff memes. Oof, that's a bit dodgy. Oh god, that's dodgy, but we'll show it anyway for a laugh. I won't use someone's pronouns for the same reason I won't talk to schizophrenic's imaginary friend. Bum, 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 bum. So thank you for popping the memes in. I'm just seeing if there's any that are okay enough to show. Yeah. So go and enjoy the memes over on the Discord server. It's up there for everyone to go and enjoy. It's completely free. The link's in the description below. Thank you to Gunther who's just joined our community server as well. And again, thank you to our VIP Patreon members. We get to have after parties. We'll have one tonight. If your name is Orange on here somewhere, all these orange people used to be VIP patrons. Most people have left me now because they don't love me anymore. But I haven't removed you. So if you want to come and chat to me after the show on the after party as a VIP, then more than welcome. More than welcome. I won't hold it against you that you don't love me anymore. It's fine. I went through quite a bad phase over Christmas and January and February, so I wasn't really able to show my face, let's just say. I'm still struggling now, but I've got so much to give you. I've got so much to bring. I've got so much to share that I can't let that shit get in the way of the greater good, which is to share the information and the education I want to share, and the survival tips and the prepping methodologies and stuff I'm working on that I'm going to be sharing with people, and all the other videos and stuff. It's worth too much to be, to be held back by my own self. So thank you to everybody who supported me. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to come back as a patron, it would be more than appreciated. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump out the other side back to the show, and then I'll let you see, for those that didn't see it before, there's some new people following now with us. So I'll show you my little Happy Independence Day video again with my silly little accents. But in the meantime, thank you for sharing this time with the SHTF Intel Global Threat Analysis Report. And I shall see you in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, less than that.
America, fuck yeah.
happy holiday. So thank you everyone. What are we doing? Oh, do you know, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say it. It's fine. Yeah, really need to get this channel to the point of monetization. I mean, like I say, we've got the Streamlabs, which I think is working. I don't know. No one's tried it, so I wouldn't know. It should be fine. But we really need to get this channel to above 1,000 subscribers. You know, it's a real struggle without it being monetized for me to just try and stay alive, right? Literally at this point, I've got so much attacking me at the moment. I don't even know where to turn. So thank you to those that have supported me in the past as a Patreon member and with Streamlabs, Super Chats and things like this. Really means a lot to me. And you know. So Gunther's having a rocking and rolling. So lovely to have had you with us, my man. And I'll catch you a bit later on. So shall we? Shall I share the what do you call it again? Who's here wasn't here before? I think there's a few people that said it wasn't here before. I think Danger Bob's disappeared off, and I'm not sure Danger Bob's here because I don't think he saw. I don't think he saw my little video of the 4th of July, which I uploaded on TikTok. So I would ask if anyone is on TikTok. Do please follow me on there as well as all the other social media. Links are in the description of this video below. But I'll let you see that video I put out earlier on as well with my little skit of America versus Inglaterra, the British versus the Americans for Independence Day as a celebration, and we'll see what you think.
Well, if it ain't the old Union Jack, how's it hanging?
Quite well, thank you. And you? Stars and stripes? Still fluttering about, I see.
Oh, I'm not just fluttering, Jack. I'm flying high. By the way, do you remember what today is?
Today? Should it be marked in my royal calendar?
Oh, absolutely, Jack. It's 4th of July, man. Independence Day.
Independence? Independence from what exactly?
From you, genius. It's the day we told you to take your tea and crumpets and hit the road, Jack.
Oh, I say, how terribly uncouth. We were just trying to keep things civilized.
Civilized? You call it civilized? We call it a royal pain. So we threw your tea in a harbor and said, cheerio.
Such rebellious behavior. And what did you do next, may I ask?
We threw the biggest party ever, Jack. Fireworks, hot dogs, parades, the works. It was a blast. And it still is.
Well, I suppose every child must leave the nest eventually.
You got that right. Now, if y'all excuse my ass, I got some celebrating to do. Happy Independence Day, Jack.
Okay, happy 4th of July, you cheeky flag.
So that was basically my effort this afternoon. Playing around with my silly little flags. Hello. Oh dear, don't make me do my American accent again. Or the British one. But yeah. People think I talk like that normally anyway. People think I'm posh. I don't think I'm posh at all, but apparently excellent American voice says what are we missing? Oh, we're in why have I come back to SHTF? We've come back to the wrong place. We're supposed to be here. Oh dear, sorry. I don't know what I thought. Why have we ended up here and there's no music? It's wrong button. Sorry. So yes, we're all good in the hood. Thank you everyone for sharing along with me. I do appreciate it. I hope you've hit the like button at the very least as a way of supporting me. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. Robert likes it there. Which state would that accent fit best? I'm not sure actually. How's it hanging sounds Aussie. Is it? Keep me happy. You should do chats with other preppers, Andy. They'll sub to you. Yeah, well, do you know what? All American Prepper has reached out to me. I'd love to come on his channel and anyone else who will have me basically. But because I'm right in the middle of developing some stuff at the moment, I was going to share some, but I don't know if it's the right thing to do. Basically, I'm working on a, well, one of the things I'm building at the moment, and it's been in production for a long, long time, is a new survival book that I'm writing. That's what the front cover looks like. The ultimate survival pack. Yeah, reject the herd, prepare the pack. So this is going to be, this will be coming out soon. Couple of weeks max, has to be, because I've got to get it done. I've got to get it sorted. But this is going to have some of the best information that you've ever seen in the whole wide world. Right? So, as an example, here's one of the pages. Look. It wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. The need to prepare, the dangers of learned dependency. Yeah. Got the old global threat analysis. Look, gives you the rundown. I've recreated all the stuff there as well. Personalized preparedness. I'm going to scroll quickly so you can't see it all. You ain't even going to be able to see that bit actually, exactly, it's a secret shit. But it's going to be probably about 100 pages long, and every page is going to look like that. And yes, I've even done proper this is an interactive PDF, right? This is an interactive ebook. So you've even got like proper interactive quizzes and everything, right? You got no idea how long that took. But it's going to have like quiz questions scattered out throughout it. Those sort of 80, 100 pages it will be. And there's going to be a massive section on surviving World War III. Massive. Right? Everything you can imagine. Yeah. And for those that saw my I came up with the prepper profile thing, what I was describing the problem with different types of preppers who tend to concentrate on just certain things that they're into. Right? So this is a proper sneak peek, this is. So you see here, which type of prepper are you? Right? Click the profile tab. So you've got the unprepared, which has basically got nothing. You've got the hunter, which is all about hunting and growing, but got nothing for energy and fuel really. So he's not really going to survive 18 months. He's going to survive like energy and fuel run out, probably about a month and a half, right? Kitchen queen, no security and protection. So all your food's just going to get basically robbed, girlfriend. And the commando is the one who's going to rob you. Look, 'cause he's all about the security and protection, but nothing else, right? And then you got the animal lover, right? The gadget geek, and of course Sigma prepper. So it's just about, you know, helping people to understand the importance of not just prepping for the things that you're really into. So you can see the quality of everything I've put together here. It's an awful lot of work that's gone into this. It's going to be the best survival guide that is on the market right now. I absolutely promise you. There's going to be stuff in there that you've never seen before. And yeah, it's taken me quite a few months already, and I'm on page 59. Right? And it's probably going to be about at least 90. Yeah. Is that, yeah, 59 pages, actually 63. I did another few pages yesterday and today since I rendered this one out. But you, just a little sneak peek of just a few specimen pages I just pulled out there. But you get the idea. There's a lot of work gone into it, and it's going to be really, really, you know, my best work as well for you. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. But I need to get that done because I'm in desperate situation here. I've got to start doing other things. So this is kind of what I've been working on since like December, January, amongst other things as well. It's all coming together now at the same time. So it's just been a long time building. So of course I really need to build this channel so that we've actually got some people to take advantage of all the work that I'm doing, right? Otherwise I'm just talking to myself, which isn't really very helpful. So thank you to everyone who shared this video. Thank you to everybody who hits the like button and things and tries to support me in the ways that they can. I will say another thank you to the people that have helped Sigma Prepper get this far, supporting. And of course, this comes from the fact that I'm 100% independent. No sponsors, no networks, no paid adverts, no staff members, no nothing, no help. Not even the slightest bit of help from anyone, ever, apart from you and Christina G, obviously, and Sandy and our other moderators. But yeah, this basically me, myself, and I trying to do everything on my own, including all the graphic design, all the sound production, all the writing, the content writing, writing the shows, the lighting, the thing. I mean, literally everything I do myself. So I'd really appreciate any support in that you can, and to follow along on Patreon as well. So thank you to these. And again, I need to update this list. I think there's only about 3 left now, I think. I don't know. No one likes me anymore. So, but I really appreciate everybody who has tried to help me with this channel by being a Patreon member. Just thank you. I really do. Thank each and every one of you. So, if you would like to, you know, be a bigger part of the Wolfpack family, get in the VIP after parties on Discord, and you know, get 30% discount on, you know, products and all the rest of the stuff you get as being a patron, then definitely it's the way to help. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, all the links in the description below. So thank you very much. And we're back. And look at that. It's exactly midnight. So with that being said, I shall be wow, cool, interactive, jam-packed with info. Hoo-ha! Freaking awesome, Andy. Thank you, my darling Robert. Thank you. And thank you, Daily Survival, for keeping everyone fed with the links. Couldn't do it without you. So yeah, really appreciate it. So I'm going to rock and roll. And we'll have a quick catch up over on the VIP after party. I was going to do a show on my other channel for Independence Day, but it's going to be too much of a tall order, and I really need to focus on Sigma Prepper over the next week or two. So thank you so much to everybody who's joined me for the show today. I think we've nearly got through everything, didn't we? In one way or another. So I think it hasn't been too bad. And it's been a month or something since I did a live show, so I'm surprised I've made such few number of mistakes that I have made throughout the show. So let me know if you've enjoyed the show and if it's been entertaining even in the slightest. I don't expect it to have been educational, but not this one anyway. But thank you very much. I really appreciate your support, everyone. And the hardback one's a slightly different animal. This will be, because this is obviously an interactive PDF. It'll be on my my own, obviously, website that you'll be able to buy directly from it. And some people won't need to if they're VIP Patreon members, but we'll see. So I really appreciate all of our American friends here. Thank you so much, everyone, for being such a wonderful wolf pack. And again, what can I say? Happy Independence Day to our American friends, July 4th. And I'll be doing more TikToks and shorts and stuff like that as the weeks go on, so look out for those. And of course, I'll be getting some more meatier shows rocking as well. And don't forget, we've still got my camp coming up, the Wild Camp Bushcrafting in the Woods, where I'll be testing out my new electric USB powered water filter system with a water pump to suck it straight out of the lake, straight through the filter and into my container. And I've also got, as I showed you earlier, my mobile solar power system that I've been developing as well, with a sort of miniaturized solar charge controller. So that's, you know, that's the theory. I've got so much I'm working on, and I really appreciate everyone's patience. And thank you to everyone who's been with us tonight. And you know, there wasn't an awful lot of time for me to prepare for the show today because of my silly little flag skit, right? It took up most of the day, and then I had to take Hugo for a walk and then do the short and a promotional video while I was on the walk. And by the time I got back, I had like literally 20 minutes until I was supposed to be going live. So I think I did quite well. I didn't even bother changing. I'm wearing the same shirt as I was when I was walking Hugo Bear, right? Oh dear. But anyway, what can I tell you? It's been a lovely time to see you all here. Thank you, each and every one of you. And I'll feel free to pop over onto the Discord server. We'll have an after party. If you ever were a Patreon member at any point in time, you'll still be able to gain access to it. So I haven't removed you. I'm not a meanie. So get in there and we'll have a chat. And it'd be good to get some feedback. But in the meantime, what can I tell you? What an absolutely wonderful, beautiful bunch you've been. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I've been Andy, the Sigma Prepper. You know where to find me. And what can I say? Love, peace and progress to the pack.